During the summer, teenagers are home, which means they can get sucked into a social media vortex if you're not careful.
Okay, even if it's not that dire, it is really important to help your teen
It's
develop
pretty dire.
healthy social media habits. So we've invited U of M Extension Specialist of Family Resiliency, Avelina Rivero, to share some tips. Thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, welcome. Talk about, why is this time of year so much more important? I feel like as a parent with social media, you kind of always have to be aware of what your kids are doing. But I will say, I've noticed, you probably have with your kids too, like the phone is in the hand all day long now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great question. Well, during the summer, they have so much free time.
Yeah.
And they don't have their routine of going to school. So they want to be on their phone. And if their friends are on their phone, they want to be doing what their friends are doing because they want to be feeling included. So that is why we tend to see that they're increasing time spent on their phones and social media in general increase during the summer.
So I guess to me, one of the obvious things that jumps out from that is try to get them off their phones more, whatever it might be, whether it's encouraging them to get outside or anything. But as far as monitoring them or these first steps if they're doing social media, I like the idea that you suggest that the adult should get on the same social media platform.
Yes. Definitely. It is a great idea for parents to create an account themselves, but have their teen help them create the account so that they are aware of what social media accounts they have and what social media platforms they're using. And this also can help you monitor them. So for example, Instagram, if you're following your teen on Instagram, it allows you to see what they're seeing, what they're liking, how they're interacting with it, and who they're talking to. So it kind of gives you a glimpse into their online life.
So I want to back it up just one more step. Like when you're talking about social media for kids, I know that like my kids are 13, and I think at 13, don't you have to be 13 or something to get on some of these social media sites?
Yes.
So talk a little bit about the sites that are out there and what we're seeing as far as what kids are doing with them.
Well, typically the social media platforms that we see them using is TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat. Some are using Facebook, but not really.
Yeah.
And the age requirement is 13.
For all of those?
I know Instagram
Similar.
is, but
Yeah, okay.
it might be similar.
Okay.
But although it's age 13, parents can still create an account and kind of monitor them through that way.
And I like the idea that you say, like, sit down with your kid. Like, don't spy on them. Don't grab their phone in the middle of the night or when they're not looking to spy on them, but like have that open dialogue with them, communicate with them about what they're seeing and doing online.
Mm-hmm. Yes. It's important because, you also just want to boost that relationship too and maintain that trust, create a safe environment for them to feel comfortable to go to you in the first place, especially if they're seeing any risky content or they just want your insight on something that they may be viewing to see if it's safe or if they need to do any changes or create any boundaries.
Particularly for younger users of social media, I think it's important you think it's important for the adult to really lay down some ground rules as far as what kind of talk you should be engaging in, what kind of things you could say. The idea that some of that stuff can be out there forever.
Yes.
And something said as a not very smart 13-year-old can come back to bite you as a 23-year-old who's trying to get your first job.
Yeah, you have to remind your teen that just because they delete something online, it's going to be there permanently forever. So that's something to help them understand, but also let them know that it's important for them to avoid cyberbullying, sexting. It's important for them to avoid people that they don't know. Stranger danger is real online, and also help them understand what might be fake spam emails, AI, risky content. It can go on forever.
Well, and that's getting so much more legit looking that it's really hard to spot some of that AI these days.
Yeah, definitely. Even for parents,
yeah,
too. It's all a learning curve for all of us.
I like that you also say kind of educate your kids on what kind of stuff should be posted. One of the things that stuck out to me is like vacation or where you are.
Yes.
So many people like to pin where they are at a particular time.
Very unsafe to do that. Also, tell them to never share their full name. Don't let them know where they're going and where they love to hang out with their friends. Also, making sure that they never share their passwords with their friends as well. So using very secure and unique passwords as well will keep them safe too. So there are many things that parents can do.
The graphic we have on the screen right now refers to installing protective software. What softwares are there, or what programs are there that you're aware of, and what does that do?
Yeah, so there are two apps that I can think of. There's Stay Focused and Forest, and these apps kind of help teens stay focused, but also helps you kind of understand how much time they're spending on their phones. But I also know that there's some like Verizon, T-Mobile does these things where you can actually kind of limit how much they're consuming and what sites they're seeing. But also you can add blockers on your websites to prevent them from seeing certain websites.
What are warning signs? What should you be looking out for as a parent or a grandparent or a caretaker for a kid? If you were to see this, you might think, okay, something is astray.
Yeah, that's a great question. The first one is them being secretive. So if you find them being very secretive, lying, increased inappropriate sexual knowledge, if they're struggling to sleep, irritable because they're sleepy, if they're avoiding their friends or people that they tend to connect with online, those are kind of signs that there may be something that going on and you need to like kind of help them, interfere with them, or help them navigate what they're struggling with.
And just overall, some ideas about how to cut back on screen time itself. One of the ideas is you got to find time to put the phones away.
Yes. And also parents need to be good role models too.
Yes, for sure.
They can't set those rules and expectations on their kids but not do it themselves.
I think that all the time, and I see so many adults who are probably worse than what the kids are with their phones in their hands. And I think, well, how in the world can we be telling the kid to get off his or her phone when we're doing this ourselves,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
And grandma and grandpa are doing it, and everybody's,
Yeah, exactly. You really can't. You need to be that role model for them. But you can also tell them, during certain times, like when it's dinner time or bedtime, you can't have your phone. Those are important things, and being really strict on it too.
Avelina, thank you so much for stopping by. Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And if you're interested in more tips about online safety resources for parents and kids, head to minnesotalive.com and put a link for you right there.